はい、こんにちは。よし、今日はリクエストに応じてセンター試験の長文を読んであげます。じゃあ、私は今回は大学入試センター試験過去問題2017年度の試験を使います。よし、じゃあ、この第5問を読みます。読む前にこれはさっき読んで、これは本当のコミュニケーションのためにすごくいいと思います。この第5問です。これはなんか喋る英語に似ているエモーションがたくさんありますので、これはすごくいい練習と思います。その反面に第6問は過去英語です。だから読むのがちょっと難しい。息を管理するのがちょっと難しいです。文章が長いし、話す感じではない。それは読むために書いてありました。じゃあ、でも、もう始まります。第5問ですね。With a big yawn, I woke up. What a fresh morning. I felt very sharp, much sharper than usual. I was able to hear the singing of birds more clearly than ever before. I noticed the smell of coffee coming up from downstairs. I stretched out my arms in front of myself and raised my back. Oh, it felt so good. I sat up straight, licked my hand, and started to clean my face with it. Huh? Something was strange. Why was I licking my hand with my tongue? Why was my body covered with fur? I tried to say something, but the sound that came out of my mouth was meow? It was certainly my bedroom that I was in. It was certainly my bed that I was sitting on. Everything was as usual except that I seemed to have changed into a different creature. I was so surprised that I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I wondered, would I have to spend the rest of my life as an animal? I began to feel afraid, but after a few moments, those feelings passed. So, with a wave of my tail, I started to explore my surroundings. A cat's mind is said to be changeable like that. As I went down the stairs, the smell of coffee grew stronger, and I could tell what was for breakfast. Maybe the senses of a cat are sharper than those of a human. When I got to the dining room, what I saw almost stopped my heart. It was me, the human, I, was sitting at the dining table. I couldn't take my eyes off myself. The human I was absorbed in a smartphone, maybe writing responses to friends' messages or playing an online game. Bending my head down toward the phone, I was sitting with rounded shoulders and a curved back. I looked very uncomfortable. I sometimes took a little bite of toast, but it appeared that I was not noticing any taste in my mouth. Actually, the taste of toast in my memory was vague. I couldn't remember what else had been served for breakfast recently either. The human I was just mindlessly putting in my mouth anything that was on the plate while handling the phone. I was so focused on the text messages or games that I took little interest in what was happening around me. In fact, my face had no expression on it at all. Yuji, you never study these days. Are you ready for your final exams? You're making me a little bit worried, said Mom. Said I. A sign of frustration briefly appeared on my face, but it disappeared in an instant. My face was again as expressionless as it had been before. I don't like this guy, I thought. But this guy was me. I couldn't deny it. For the first time, I realized how I really looked to other people. Then, as I started to leave the table, our eyes met. Whoa, Mom, look! There's a cat in the dining room! I didn't know why, but I was running. I felt I had to escape. Running up the stairs, I found the window in my room was open. I jumped. I had a strange feeling. The world suddenly seemed to have shifted. I felt my body falling down and... bump! I was awake, lying on the floor of my room. I slowly sat up and looked around. Everything looked like it usually did. I looked at my hands. I was relieved to see they were no longer covered with fur. I stood up and, with a yawn, extended my arms above my head to stretch my back. Without thinking, as was my usual habit in the morning, I started to walk to my desk where my smartphone had completed charging and I stopped. After pausing for a moment, I turned around and went downstairs for breakfast. よし、それは第5問でした。次は第6問。これはちょっと難しい。でも頑張ります。よし、OK. Number 6. For most people, their friendships are a valuable and important part of who they are. Psychologists have pointed out that well-established friendships lead us to a better understanding of ourselves. They have also noted that we might face conflicts not only with acquaintances, but even with our good friends, which could result in ends to some of our friendships. Fortunately, even when such conflicts occur, it is possible to find ways to maintain or save the friendships. One way to help save a friendship in trouble is to keep in touch. When we think a friend has done something that hurt our feelings, our first response may be to cut off contact. However, it may be better to swallow our pride and avoid doing that. For example, Mary watched her friend Susan's children every week until Susan finished night school and graduated. But after that, Mary did not hear from Susan for several months, so she felt that Susan had been just using her. She decided not to talk to her anymore. In the end, however, Mary forced herself to ignore her own feelings and told Susan about her disappointment. Susan immediately apologized and told her that she had been just trying to catch up with things after completing her studies. Susan would never have known there was a problem if Mary had not mentioned it. Not cutting off contact, even when we may be angry, is very important for maintaining good relationships. Another way to help a friendship is to see things from our friend's point of view. For example, Mark was very upset at his good friend, Kate, because she had not visited him in the hospital. Later, he learned from Kate's friend that she had been afraid of hospitals ever since she had been hospitalized as a little girl for a serious illness. Mark then understood why Kate hadn't come, and instead of being angry, he felt sympathy for her. An important part of dealing with friendships is to recognize and accept that they can change as our needs and lifestyles evolve. For example, we may have a good friend in high school, but once we graduate, move to a different city for work or study, or get married, we may see that friend less frequently and our feelings may change. In other words, sometimes a close friendship may alter in nature. We should keep in mind that we may still be friends, but not in the same way as before. How do people keep friendships for a long time? In one study, researchers interviewed many people who had been friends for a long time in order to find out the secret. They found that those people keep small misunderstandings from growing into large disputes, which might cause their friendships to end. By taking their friends' viewpoints and not being afraid to express their honest feelings, those who were interviewed were able to keep something minor from growing into a major argument. We all know that friendships are precious, but we also understand that friendships are not always stable. The challenge in maintaining friendships is keeping the connection strong during the ups and downs that happen in all relationships. When things are going well, we enjoy our friendships. If things go bad, we should remember the points above. Sometimes we can get the relationship back on track, but at other times we should accept and appreciate that relationships can change. However, regardless of the states of our friendships, they will continue to be an important part of our lives. よし、6番は以上です。じゃあ、ぜひシャドーイングとかしてください。あと、これは役立っているかどうか、ぜひコメントしてください。じゃあ、ありがとうございました。